Frames for my color palette challenge, daily draw challenge. Today is stream number 7, and I'm doing character number 57. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I do already have a sketch kind of going here. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to sort of put my elements together, since I knew I wanted to do this more as kind of a character sheet than just the character. And so I still have this to sketch out, so I will use my 15 minutes to sketch that out. Let me go ahead and get my timer started. Come on. Oh, it's still set to 10 minutes from last time. 15, and start. So the color palette for today is Peach Punch. As you can see, it's this very sweet, summery color palette. The idea that I eventually landed on for this color palette, let's see, no, we gotta go this way, down and this way, was a farmer type character who farms these sort of jelly fruits that are filled with stars, similar to a Paopu fruit from Kingdom Hearts, but different because it's, I don't know, gelatinous. Let me see. I wanted more time to finish the sketch off stream, but 9 o'clock came around, and that's when I decided that, because that's pretty much when I've been starting the streams, so I want to keep it relatively consistent. I suppose I could have started at 10, but I have company coming over later today, so I want to get this out of the way. I want her to have large, expressive eyes so that I can do some fun shapes and fun color combinations in them. I think I want to give her a wider expression. Yep, that's cute. The hand is going to need to be a little bit bigger, but I wanted to figure out the face first. So the hairline is going to start from here. The expression is fine, but I want this to be more of a... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I want it to be more of a top-down type of expression. I'm going to leave the hand alone because it's fine. It really is so much easier to figure out my ideas when I'm not on camera, which is why I think I've decided that moving forward, I am just going to do my sketches off camera and then just worry about the line art and the coloring, because it's almost a little redundant. Unless you're actually interested in that part of the process, I might still include it in the off, I might record the stream, that part of the stream ahead of time with my, what I typically record with. But, why can't I get this right? Leaving the rest of it on the live stream, so just the coloring and the line art. Okay, I need to draw her object of focus first, and then I can figure out where she's supposed to be looking. Just gonna get rid of that. I'm just gonna start over. I have 10 minutes. I need the shoulders to be over a little bit more. This might just be a bad art day for me. I can see it so clear up here, but I am just having trouble getting this pose down. Okay, so this is the object of her focus, this gelatinous fruit here. So that's going to have its own little things going on. Need the hands to sort of curve around it, not in a grasping way, but in a sort of protective way. Which way? Let's be going down from here. So maybe I could have kept the first face, but this seems more like, this is more of what the original vision in my head. It's lining up better. And I do have chat turned off for now. I'll maybe turn it on when more people join, but it's Monday morning. I'm being realistic. Who's gonna watch this on Monday morning? More likely, people are gonna watch the recap. So I'm not even gonna worry about it. So now the other hand here. And it may be a case where, like, someone will pop in and see that I'm still at this phase of the drawing, and then they'll leave, come back later when the drawing is a little more finished. If that is the case, I have 7 minutes. No, that expression was fine. I'll leave it. Hand is going like this. The thumb is on the outside. This is the palm. So it's going to be thumb, fingers, palm is going to go this way. The gloves are going to go. The angle of the hand might be wrong. Just go down. Yeah, this is kind of the angle that I wanted. Okay, so her bangs are going to start here. She's got sort of a wolf cut going on, but it's more of like just a classic 90s anime hairstyle. This will give the light plenty of places to land. Part is going down this way, back of the head. Braids will start. Maybe I do want this to be more of wonder than joy. I think that's a little bit cuter. I need to move this eye a little bit closer to the middle. There we go. It's just a little bit off. I think in this one, I wanted her wearing her hat, which is not depicted in the character sheet. Minutes. It's not bad for getting frustrated and having to start over. I kind of overall want this to have sort of a Stardew Valley vibe. This needs to come down. Actually not going to see. Most of her hair. Let's do this. I want the hat to have more character. So I'll make the hat a little more floppy. Just gonna keep pushing that until I'm happy with it. That's good. So then this is all gonna kind of be in shadow. You're gonna have some light coming up from here. The rim of the hat is gonna go like this, but it is gonna flare towards the point. So if this is the back of her head. And then I can just give this a cute little belt to match her choker, because I think from this angle you're not really going to be able to see it that well. clean up the bangs. I have 30 seconds left. I haven't even drawn her dragon. And this is why I want to do this, start doing the sketches off stream, because sometimes it just takes me a really long time to get the ideas going, get the angles right, get things started. And I would rather spend stream time finishing the image than working on the whole thing. Yeah, I've got 3 seconds left. Shoulders too high and too wide. We're not going to be able to see that through the other side, but I do want our other hand to be here. Let's make this a little more up and over. Yep, much better. Now the thumb still seems out of place for the size of the hand, but I think if I use that line for the glove, it should be okay. Like where the cuff of the glove is, since the back of the hand is going this way. No, it's still too high. Angle's not quite right. If this is the wrist, the arm is going down like this. So then the glove would come down like this. And then we'd have some wrinkles where the tension in the glove is. And some stitching. I'll take care of that once I get to the line art, which I was hoping to make this sort of more of a painted style, or like a pastel-y, pastel chalk type of situation. Just gonna squish this down just a little bit. What is this? That's where the hand was. I know on here I have her buckles as a traditional buckle, but I want more places to kind of add some cute fruit elements, so I'm going to make her buckles grapefruit slices instead. And then I'm gonna give her a little starfruit decoration up here. I don't have any green, so I'm not gonna add any type of foliage to the hat. This is all gonna be in shadow. There's gonna be some light bouncing off here and under here. And then of course all of this, but this is gonna be in shadow. This is gonna be light. So high contrast, light and shadow on this one. Its shoulders going down. This shoulder is still too wide. She's kind of got them buckled in very close. And just overall, she's a small character. And that gives me more room to put her dragon companion. Ooh, because I have so much room. Over here, I can have him peeking down. You may not be able to see his cute little gizzard, but you can see it in the reference. So I'm gonna move this whole thing over. This is going to go over her braid. I was gonna give him some little wings, but I think that's gonna crowd the design. So I'm gonna leave that out, but I'm still gonna try to make his scales look kind of like the pulp of a fruit, sort of like juicy and shiny. Even though you can't see his feet, I think you can still tell this is a dragon and not a snake. But what I might do is sort of like make this sort of wavy. This is probably going to end up being a multi-layer piece. Just with the style that I want to do with this. I think I'm going to need multiple layers to properly execute my vision. Your hair is not this long in the reference, but I want her pigtails to be visible. It also, again, gives me another place to add some more color and some more contrast. Also, sorry if I sound a bit nasally. I don't know if it's allergies, but I feel fine. I just sound kind of gross. Okay, yep, I just got Star Choker. One last decision to make before I start the line art. I think I like the curious expression better. I don't know, I think it just looks better. Alright, so getting started on the line art. So I am going to line all of this, which again is kind of why I wanted to go ahead and do the sketch off screen, so I would have more time to just focus on lining all of my elements. But it didn't work out that way, so hopefully I can get the line art done pretty quickly and move on to the coloring with no issue. Alright, let's see what this is. I'm working with a pen that I don't use super often. This is a more rounded brush, but I think it'll kind of help with the overall like sort of cutesy Stardew Valley vibe that I'm trying to achieve. But because I don't work with this pen super often, my strokes might seem a little less confident, unfortunately. Get a couple wrinkles in the glove there. Let's do stitching on the bottom. And stitching up the sides. I'm not really going to be able to see the stitching on these two fingers You might see a little bit down the side here. Oops, what happened? What happened? I'm back. Let's see. The arm does seem just a little long, so I might need to just drop this shoulder down. So I can kind of keep that where it needs to be. Yeah, this is working out just fine. Yeah, this is a more round brush than what I typically work in, but I think it helps the style quite a bit. Dog, why do you keep moving over there? Okay, so the overalls, there's a little bit of space here. Got the clip and the buckle. Okay. I'll do a little bit of stitching in the pocket, just because I think it's cute. I'll put a peach on the pocket. If I can get the shape of this right, that would be fantastic. Yeah, kind of looks like a little heart, and less like what most modern associations of peaches are. Got the pockets. Do want to make that just a little bit heavier. And a little bit of design inside of the pocket. I think because this brush has less built-in line weight variation, it's kind of helping me just loosen up the style a little bit. Like, it's okay if it's not perfect. Whereas with a thinner pen, where you can see everything, it's sometimes I can get a little in my head about making sure that the lines are absolutely perfect. Because that was one of my goals for picking up the color palette challenge again this month, was trying to focus on loosening my style and just overall getting faster at character design. Stitching on the glove. Yeah, so far so good. I'm gonna check to see. I had a couple people pop in. I'm just gonna check to see if there were any messages I missed. Probably not. Yeah, which I think they only show up if I have this active. But we're back to just me and my thoughts, so I'm gonna close the chat back down. In my mind, this is the kind of stream that you would turn on when you're kind of doing your own thing and you just need some background noise. That's why I picked the chill music. It's just kind of nice, just kind of there in the background. Like while you're reading or doing your chores or what have you. So I sincerely do not expect anyone to just sit down and pick this to watch for 2 straight hours. It's not that kind of stream. This is definitely more background vibes. Let's start with it's not quite wispy enough. I might need to switch to the Sino pen to do the hair. Doing it for the outfit was fine, but I do want a little more control with this part of the character. Yeah, that's better. And clean that up a little bit. That way I can also make the expression a little more subtle, because with the round pen it's going to be pretty flat. Oh, no wonder the lines were getting so beefy. I normally have this set to 7. It was set all the way up to 10. Alright, I'll switch back to the turnip pin to finish off the character. I'm going to turn off my references because they're kind of in the way right now. Okay. Just need to follow the lines and not overthink it. And the shoe, side of the shoe. Sorry if I'm quiet again during this part of the stream. I can't help it. Like, I need to concentrate when I'm doing my lines, and I can't. I can't do two things at once at this moment. Not very well, anyway. I can't do one thing well right now. I just need to... Okay. The construction of the shoe does not need to be that wide, because the lip of the shoe just goes up and over like that. That's better. And then she has some little star decorations at the end of the shoelace, which is the aglet. It's your fun fact for today if you didn't already know that. Yeah, this is much better. Her shoe is... Her foot, not her shoe, but her foot is so tiny. So I'm just going to pump this up a little bit. Which is going to make the line art a little wonky, but at least her foot is the right size now. Yeah, got a couple more people. Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm currently trying to draw shoes. As cool as I think shoes are, they are one of my weak spots as an artist, as far as being able to draw them well. Which is funny because I have no problem drawing like just bare feet, but shoes? Miss me with that. Tongue of the shoe. One foot's supposed to be stepping forward and one foot is a little more flat. So this one's kind of, it is back a little bit more than this one is. So this is the one that's stepping forward. So this is going to appear a little more long and flat than this one. And I hope that comes across instead of it being just like looking disproportionate. What I need to do is get rid of that and add some teeth to the bottom of the boot. this is going to end up being a little wider. Now I need the laces. Make those a little bit thicker so that I can erase that back out. And then add the shoelaces. This needs to go over the side of the shoe. Like this. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, her foot still looks really small, so I need to make this foot bigger once again. Still kind of small. Let me fix this. I don't think I need to zoom in that much. Alright. I have a surprising amount of people on the stream right now, so I will go ahead and turn. Let's see. I'll just leave chat open. Just in case, just for kicks and giggles. I'm about an hour into the stream. Oh, yes, a little friend. Okay, so good. Messages do show up even if I don't see them, so I can just kind of check chat periodically then. I wonder what would happen if I just gave myself 30 minutes to do the sketch, 30 minutes to do the line art, and then only an hour to do the coloring, which would effectively force me to loosen up my style a little bit. Because that's really where I'm trying to cut down on time. I don't mind spending more time on the sketch and line art if it means finalizing my idea for the final paint. Because as long as I have a good base, I can kind of just scribble in what I need to with the coloring. So maybe if I just allow myself more time to finalize the idea. But is that entertaining? I don't know. This is like genuinely where I need feedback as far as what you guys want to see on stream. If you want to see the whole process, if you just want to see the line art and the coloring, if you only want to see the coloring, and then I save the sketch and the line art for off stream, because I think that would just be really helpful as far as figuring out how to handle everything moving forward. I'll just leave this open. Okay. For the border, I want to use that same pen that I used to draw the first one, which is the tapered pencil brush. Just get a nice little soft, fun situation going. Oh, thanks, Carl. Surprised to see you on stream this early in the morning. Uh-oh. Okay, now I gotta figure out what brush. I think I'm going to use, ultimately for the coloring. All right, bear with me. I'm gonna try a couple of things. Can I get this to go away? Go away. There's two ways I can handle this. I can either use this pencil and just cut it down to like a 15, maybe a 30. 30's better. And do all of the outlines and everything like this. Oh, you know what? Here's what I need to do. I'm gonna have to do this in a couple of different steps, but I'm going to use a soft pen to do the lines, and then I'm going to do the base coloring, and then I'm going to go back over everything once I have my colors established to figure out what needs to be where. So I'm effectively going to have 2 layers of line art. Get my texture pen, no, inking pen. Is that going to be enough? Because if not, I will end up using the actual crunchy pen. Let's see. Yeah, I like that better. That's got, again, sometimes you just need that tooth. Yeah, this has good, it looks like, again, pencil or like a charcoal. It's just aesthetically pleasing. I might need to make this one a little bit smaller. I have it set to 12. I think as long as I'm not too heavy-handed, it'll be okay. So yeah, I ultimately want this to kind of look like a page out of someone's sketchbook. So I'm going to be a little more loose with the line art, but I still want it to look presentable. This is going to end up being a shadow on the forehead. So that's falling underneath of the hair just a little bit. Something still seems... Let me do the eyes last. Or, oh, here's a fun little trick I can do. We're going to copy, flip, and then free transform and just squish that in. Match it up to where the lines are. No, I don't think that's... Let me see. That's not quite working. It looks better. Well, it's not the worst. I'll leave it there as a placeholder, but I'm probably going to end up redoing the eye. TPQH, just because it does usually look better if it's drawn instead of just copied and pasted. That's what's wrong. These bangs need to come over the eyebrow just a little bit more. I'm wondering if what my husband calls my meta style is coming through, or even if I'm ultimately doing something kind of presenting it in a different style, the execution of the lines is usually pretty consistent. As far as I can tell, that's usually the case. Yeah, this is I'm gonna go back over that in this pink color. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna make the hair so I can use all the rest of this as like highlights and shadows within the hair. And then I can go back over that and make some little wispies. Okay, so her neck. This is the ear, starts at the base of the neck, is here. Get a little bit of stitching, some very loose stylistic stitching, grapefruit buckle. So the dragon's tail is coming over her shoulder, so there's going to be a little bit of wrinkling in the shirt where there's some weight distribution. Just block that out a little bit. Alright, 58:46. So I've got 2 minutes left to finish the sketch before I start on the color. Which I'm considering the second layer of line art where I go back over once everything is colored. I'm considering that part of the coloring. Yeah, this reads more dragon than snake. Because again, even though you can't see any of his limbs in this particular part of the drawing, or maybe, oh, that's what I can do. I can move his shoulder forward. So you still won't be able to really see his tiny little paw. But it helps give more of an indication that he's not just a tube, that he's got some extra bones and things. And then he's perched on her shoulder. So we've got, I'm gonna make this thin so that I don't have to fight with it as much when I do the overlayer. And I can at least indicate where the wiggly outlines need to be. Okay, so her neck is also going to have a bit of a wiggle to it. Mm. Okay. So far, so good. And honestly, that copy pasted eye isn't bothering me as much as I thought it would. So I think I am going to leave it just like that, but she does need some eyebrows. Hands. Do this. Get a little bit of stitching in the gloves. A little bit of stitching on the bottom. Down the sides of the fingers. A little stitching along here. So the shoulder, it's coming forward. It's going down, but it's coming forward. So it's going to go here. It's going to be a bit of a pucker here in the shirt. I'll show the cuff just to have something to break that shape up a little bit. Have the collar of the shirt. Here. Let's just sort of make that a little wiggly. Okay, that works. Now the other overall strap starting here. And the center going across like so. Get that peach on there. And the other ponytail, and then I think let's see. I gotta get the other shoulder. So that's gonna come down this way. So that'll be whatever color I decide to make the shirt. And then the hair. Minute 6. So I've gone a little bit over. That's okay. Alright, that's looking pretty cute. And that's pretty much exactly, with the exception of, so in my head, I think originally I had her smiling, but I like this expression much better. Okay. I take the sketch away. I'll get rid of this because I don't need this layer. That's kind of bright. Let me see. Invert selection. And change this to color because I keep looking for color and it's not physically named that. Easy enough. Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna go ahead and color her in so I have a reference. But to save time, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the big one here. And I do need to save. Use the melon color for the hair. There's a gap. There's a gap in the hat. Okay. See, a little dragon guy is going to be this pink color as a base. I'll make the beads. Well, the stars are obviously going to be yellow. There's a gap. It's probably, oh, it's right here. There we go. So everything within here is going to be an altered version of the color that I'm using. Have a bit of a pinkish overlay. Ultimately, you know what? No, I'm going to because I'm going to use my bubble technique to color these in. So let me go ahead and take care of that on this layer, which is going to be above here. Use the pink. I'm going to use the watercolor brush to erase bits of that back out. And then I'll also have a little bit of the glow from the star reflecting off of the inside of the bubble. Just want to go ahead and take care of that. So that's one less thing that's on my to-do list. I'll go back in and add some shine, both yellow and white. Soften those edges just a little bit. The smaller ones, I think actually it's going to work better if I use the hard brush first and then soften just the back end. Yeah, that's better. But for the larger, more wobbly one, looks better this way. So now I need some yellow. Put some of that on the edges, a bit of the glow. I'm debating if I want to add an aglow layer, but because I'm wanting to make this more painter layer, more pastel, what I'll most likely end up doing is just taking, let's see, do I have, what does this one look like? Can't really, yeah, that's an alright texture. But then I also have the actual, where is it? Yes, this chalk pen has like, yeah, really nice. It looks like Crayola chalk. So I'll most likely end up using that to do any sort of like highlights, like the glow on the face and on the dragon and everything else. I'm going to do a little bit of this to make it a little bit brighter. That works. And okay, it's looking good. Let me finish getting the base colors done before I get too distracted. guess the gloves are gonna have to be orange. That's the closest thing I have to brown, so normally, of course, the hat would be more of like a wicker yellow. I'm trying not to stray too far away from what I actually have to work with. So, oh, now wait a minute, that's an idea. Let me see what that looks like. No, I'm gonna finish the bases first, one thing at a time, and then I'm gonna see what that looks like. Because then if I don't like it, I have to figure out something else. But at the very least, I will have something done before I start messing around with something else. So this is his shoulder. And of course, I will need to stray a little bit out of what's going on here in order to like do the pulp texture for the dragon scales. But aside from that, I don't see myself needing too many colors that are like way out of range. I think if I make her eyes yellow, that's going to be confusing for the highlights. So what's going to give me the best effect? I guess I can just make her eyes. Let's do this. Let's see what this looks like. If I use orange, no, that's got to be a darker pink. And that's not different enough to see, so I'm going to need a white version of that. There's going to be a shadow here, but the light is going to hit the bottom of her brow here. Most of this is going to be in shadow. Back side of the rim. All of this, as a matter of fact. I'll just make these pink. And then add a glossy texture to indicate that they're beads, as you do. Let's get a little bit of shadow on the back of the neck here. And I guess I can make this orange as well. Oh shoot. Running out of these colors are so close together. I prefer not to stray if I can help it. But I don't know if that's going to be a realistic choice I can make without going too far, or without, what am I trying to say? I don't know if I have enough colors I need to complete this drawing the way I'm seeing it in my head. There we go. About 40 minutes left. I have a feeling this is going to be one that I finish off stream. But, like, the vision is pretty clear. Just gotta figure out what color to make her overalls and her shirt. Because at this point, everything that's not that is touching. I could make it, I could just go way off base and make it purple. Like a lilac. Like take this, but make it dark. Like a dark raspberry color. Yeah, I don't hate that. I just need to fix this because this is overall and not t-shirt. But this is. I can just do this at the pink at 50% transparency instead of trying to color pick, because there's too many colors in here for me to waste time doing that on stream. So I think I'll end up making this sort of a light pink wash denim then. That works for me. Because that way, the brightest colors are still the colors that I was assigned for this color palette. But I'm still using colors that were spawned from the original palette. Let's turn this back on. Yeah. This is actually all gonna be so the bases are done. I'm moving on to the shading now. What I wanted to do with the line art, I think there's an easier way I can accomplish that. get a little bit of backlighting. And I want to try that out first before I just draw over everything. I need to isolate this. I'm actually going to try that. The problem might be if the colors are too light, it's just going to look washed out. Set this to normal. Set this to overlay. So yeah, the colors are too close to white to really show up the way they need to for what I want to do. But what I can do is I can just make them darker, or maybe just make them transparent. Yeah, that's cute. And I'm going to duplicate. No, I don't like the way that looks. I'm going to cancel that. I do, after seeing this, still want to play around with the idea of just taking this, using, where am I going? A chalk brush, or even the pencil. The pencil is fine. Going back over it with color. Just gives it a little bit more character, makes it look a little more fantastical. That's the wrong color for that. I'm gonna need to go brighter. Or even if I just take the pen that I used to do the initial line art and go back over it. Let's see, hour 29. Let's brighten that up just a little bit. No, that's kind of messy. But you can see what I'm going for. Just do a little bit of soft lighting on the edge here. And then this I'm going to do on the color layer and block this in, and then go back in with this sort of, I guess it is kind of like a pink grapefruit color. Let's get rid of this. I can't see what I'm doing. I'll cut back in some of the bits of hair. Put a little more detail in here. Looks fine on the face. Looks too much on the because it's a different shade of pink. I think I need to just do an Add Glow. My old friend. It's a trick that I sort of stumbled upon. I accidentally had my airbrush set to Add Glow for some reason, and now it's just one of my go-tos when I need some quick light. That is too bright, too bright. Let's make this... 30% should be okay. I just want to add a little bit to the edges of the hair. And then I can color pick this color and use that as the highlight. It just makes it a little more subtle instead of it being like a bright difference of color. Yep, that is gonna work. There's still plenty of areas where I need to do shading. The back half. As a matter of fact, this might even, let me see what this looks like. Because if the light is yellow, I don't think that's the right color. Because it would be that bright, but it needs to be a white orange instead of a white yellow. So it needs to be this color. And even though that looks a little washed out, I'm gonna add some light back in. About an hour 35. get this shaded. This is all going to be in light. The back of this needs to be this color. All of this. And then all of this on the back end here. I have just a little bit of light peeking through. Maybe not here, maybe just between here and here. And I still need to do the background. It's going to be kind of just like an ambiguous sunset type situation. Why is that not showing up? Oh, because the base color is too light. Duh. Looks kind of creepy without any eyes. Let's fix that. I still have 20 minutes left. Not bad. I feel like I'm maybe 75% of the way finished. Of course, there's always more I can do. But I think I'm already doing more considering that this is like a full scene and not just the character like I have been doing. I just wanted to do something different with this one. I'm gonna have a little bit of shadow in here. The back of this needs to be in shadow. Gotta keep it consistent. And right behind the star. Do I have a shadow for this color yet? I don't think I do. So that's going to be this situation. And then I'll just do the highlights on the uppermost layer. So that it goes over the line art and really makes it look super shiny. I think actually I need the yellow for that. Here and here. And then I can go back in with the white. Needs to make sense. Got 15 minutes left. The dragon still needs shading. The hair isn't quite finished. My stomach is starting to grumble because I skipped breakfast. Okay. I have, yes. Oh, shoot. The texture. Oh, I know what I'll do. Just gotta get these shadows done, and then I can worry about the texture. Have a shorthand way to handle that. Hopefully I can get it done in 10 minutes. Let's do a little bit of behind the eyes. Do this. Give a little bit of that implied scale texture. His belly is supposed to be a light pink, like a strawberries and cream pink. Let's see, all of this is going to be in shadow. A little bit of this here. And then all of this on the back end. I just need to refine this texture a little bit. So then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and make the stomach white, and then I just won't worry about doing the glossy doing the glossy texture. Or maybe just kind of give them little, some of this, some sort of implied pattern. Oh, this is going to be white. Or the lightest pink. This is like a whisper of pink, but of course in the context of everything it looks white. Do a little bit of this just to get some variation. A little bit of staggering of the colors. And need the back of the shoulder blade. Do a little bit of this. This won't be as bright as the belly as far as the highlight. I think maybe if I just take this and take it down just like a half step, that should be good enough to make a glow. Or does it just end up looking like, not a star, because a star is a very specific, like a star on a horse, like if they have the little white thing, that's called a star. But I want it to look like the light from this jelly fruit, and less like a pattern. I don't know if that's gonna read super clear. He's still cute. Okay, got 10 minutes left. I'm gonna put just a little bit of shadow down here. I just think that'll help accentuate this area. Maybe two. Just want to show a little bit of texture on this hat. So maybe like the light is coming up through the brim of the hat this way. To catch a little bit on the back. If not, there is an external source of light that's kind of giving this braid a backlight. We're gonna take this pen. What does this one look like? That's good, but it's too smooth for this. I'm just gonna use this. Let's make that a little bit lighter. And this needs some shadow as well. It's right here, and a highlight. And this still needs to be colored in. I'm going to set this back to normal. And let's see. We'll do it this way. Because I have 7 minutes left. And then these I can just fill in manually. I don't know, I kind of like it just like this without the extra detail. I think that's still really cute. Maybe I'll post both versions. Or just turn this down. That could also work. Alright, hour 54. Oh! This, I missed a little detail. I forgot to do the pulp on her grapefruit pin. Or not the pin, the buckle on her overalls. And then do a little shine. What's on this layer? I'll do it on this layer then. Okay. I think that's good enough to call it finished. Yeah, so this is gonna be the end of today's stream. And just as a reminder, I am not streaming tomorrow, but I'm going to do a double stream on Wednesday instead. And in that case, I definitely will do the sketches before I do any sort of line art or recording. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.